안녕, 안녕. So today, what I'm gonna do with this video is something a little bit different. I had an idea for this because, I am once, right? Um, it's just twice as my favorite group. The group that I stand for, as they say, right? Um, and so I wanted to do kind of a series of videos that I would call for once, right? Like I'm reacting for once. A bit of a pun, but it's for my fellow once out there. You know, we have a lot of fun on the channel. And with so much stuff going on this year, it's a cool time to sort of start this kind of thing. And so I wanted to check out because I haven't seen them yet. I haven't seen the trailers, right, for MiSaMo. So I thought maybe for the first episode of this, the first installment of For Once, I'd go ahead and check out these trailers. I watched like a few seconds of the Mina trailer, and then I stopped because I was like, wait a minute, I should save this for a reaction. But now that all four trailers have dropped, I can just knock them all out in one take, and it works out well because they're not very long. They're only about half a minute. But yeah, let's just check them out and let's just see, what they've got, what they have cooking here. Mina. Oh, black dress Mina. Oh my goodness. I hope this works, right? Like I hope it doesn't get blocked or whatever because it's twice Japan. But there's no, like, I'm just super curious about what the sound is gonna be, right? I mean, obviously Mina looks gorgeous. Look at this dress. This is a crazy. Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, so she she's looking around. It's sort of like an empty room, right? And then she goes into this thing here, which is, they're kind of, I guess the concept is playing with space a little bit, right? Because obviously this is just about the size of a phone booth or something, and then on the inside, it's as if there's more space, right? Goes from dark into light. It's very full here too. I see contrast right here. There's sort of nothingness, and then on the inside of this there's all this ornate and very elegant, sleek. I don't know what you call it, decor, right? Furniture. It's just pretty and clean, right? I mean, it's just it does. It's very classy, right? And that's Mina. Like Mina's, she's cool girl, right? She's very classy. My goodness, man, they're just so that it's like it's full on visual. It's full on visuals here. This part of the promotion. It's so. It's just a such a tease. It's just such a small little taste of it. You know what I mean? Like it just okay. And then what does she touch the light? Does she come up and she's looking at this chandelier thing? Look at the camera. Giving the looks. Now, come on, it's pretty obvious why Chaeyoung was blushing, right? In the staring contest. I mean, can we just admit, I mean, if Mina's, if Mina's looking at you, it's over, man. I mean, what are you what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? What are you possibly gonna do? Okay, then she comes back out of the room into this sort of nothingness, right? Another look at the camera. And then Mina text overlay. It's, oh man, it's just, very visual. And I guess it is, themed, right, to fit the personality, the of her as I mean, just herself. You know what I mean? It's very, but still, there's not a whole lot to go off of, right? It's a cool sound, the sort of trailer music that they have worked up for this. It's got some nice guitar sound in it. It's of course a very simple sort of chord progression that's going on. It's very much just a theme, but it's cool. It sounds cool. It has both like a cool element and then also kind of a soft element to it. And I'd say it suits her quite well. It's very apt for who Mina is. Well, she looks pretty amazing, right? Pretty amazing. Now let's see Sana. Now, like right away, totally different sort of scene, right? Completely different. Mina was kind of like in her own space, in other words. Sana appears to be like in everybody else's, in a shared space, right? In the world, like sort of as it is. And what is this? Looks like an Empire State Building. It's just a very New York type of a setting here. Oh, very epic. Again, very cool, right? But very epic sounding. Like, Mina had coolness and softness. A lot more color in this, right? Like a lot more color right from the beginning. Whereas Mina's was sort of a contrast between a dark and a light sort of thing. This has so much more color in it. The pinks, the purples. It's let's see, the pedals, right? That's another thing. I guess it does. Sana's she's very interesting, right? Sana's a very interesting person. Like she'll do things that are kind of weird sometimes, like she can be very funny. She's got a great sense of humor, but she'll do things that just, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like sometimes it don't make a whole lot of sense. But she's also very, she's very cool, right? She's, again, it just right from the start, it's just very, very different from Mina's scene. And she's she's having a drink. It looks more like coffee, right? I guess it could be tea, but this looks sort of more like a coffee cup to me. But she's on the high rise, you know, up high. Also another difference, right? Mina was very much grounded, so I mean she wasn't, in a lofty high rise type of a setting. But she's sort of perched way up above, right? Let's see the look. Again, the similar color in the wardrobe here, right? She's got the black dress going with some white, what would you call it, accents. Again, looking incredibly gorgeous, right? The visuals, man, the visuals are just, they're insane. I can't imagine how like big they are in Japan, right? Like what is their following have to be like? It's got to be massive, right? It's got to be completely just insane. Let's see. And she's, just doing this high rise perched sort of thing. Okay, there's some crystal balls around the edge, right? Let me see, because she ends up with one of those. Let's see, more looks at the camera, some hand movements. Man, she's just, well, they're all very nice to look at. But see, now she's got this crystal ball thing, right? And my goodness, the looks, man, the looks. And then she drops it. And I was waiting to see if they showed it, shattering or breaking or something. But she holds this ball, and then she drops it. And just a completely different, setting here. A completely different feel. A very epic, right? The sound and everything that they use in this one. It's like there was just that feeling of a lot of space, right? As you're looking at this sort of city skyline backdrop here. My goodness. And more epic, and the guitar comes in, with some cool little riffy work there, and then text overlay, Sana. It's man, I'm just, because the track that they had released, that was a theme song for a drama, right? That's for a television show. And so it makes sense for what it was. But it's, what I'm most curious about still is just what is their sound going to be like? What are they going to do? Are they going to do, something soft? Are they going to do something a little bit more edgy? Is it going to be pop, dance? Is it, like, just because they could do anything. They could do all of it. They could do, they can sound sweet and harmonize together. They can all dance. Momo can dance. They don't, they have as much opportunity, as much range to do, whatever it is they want to do. But what is it going to be like? Is the J line, are they going to do J pop? Are they going to, it would make sense. It would be, business wise, marketing wise, it would make sense to sort of lean into that, right? If you're going to have the Japanese subunit anyhow. And then, okay, So now another completely different setting here, right? Just from the start, just from the opening frame. Momo is sitting here, and oh look, see, that's the peach right in the middle, right? Isn't it? And lots of pink, you know. So Mina had basically a nice clean black and white sort of color scheme to it. Sana had a lot of purples and sort of light pinks, and and it was very epic, and it was outdoors. Mina was sort of like, the space wasn't really that defined, right? I mean, the there's the wide open sort of void like setting, and then there's that clean interior setting. Sana has the epic cityscape type of background, where she's very much like in this world. And then Momo's got this, she's inside, right? She's the interior. And there's a lot of stuff, man. Like, there's a lot of stuff. The space in the foreground is completely saturated with things, right? And it looks like it's food for the most part, sweets, treats, right? Fruits. You got candles here, glasses, one of these sort of crystal balls. It's kind of dimpled here. Let's see what this sound accompanies this. Yeah, very poppy. It's a little more swingy. It's actually a nice bass line. Momo. Yeah, man. Momo's adorable, isn't she? She's really adorable. Just she's also very unique, but in a very Momo way, right? So what do we have? Feathers, right? We have feathers here. Mina didn't have stuff falling. She only had the chandelier lights, and then Sana had petals, and Momo has feathers. The track was really cool. This sort of theme that they have for her. It actually had a nice band sound, like the drums and the bass and that sort of strumming guitar that was going on. It had a lot more swing to it, right? It was a lot more poppy. Again, the wardrobe. This is a continuity here for having the black dress sort of theme going, right, with a little bit of like white or silver sort of accents to it, contrasted with the pink color scheme, the sort of general setting color scheme. Momo. My goodness. Man, the visuals, they really look amazing, right? In this case, they are doing very good work visually here. God, Momo's eyes, they just pop, right? They just like man, she's got some big eyes, dude. My goodness. Okay. So there's this continuity so far with the wardrobe, right? That idea, but these settings are all unique. So I'm getting this like sort of it's their different worlds or whatever, you know, like they're different sort of places that they're coming from, sort of. Here we got the drinks pouring into the glass. That's a cool shot, actually. It's a pretty cool shot. And Momo giving a very soft sort of smile here, right? Visuals. There's the look. The look. My goodness, man. My goodness. It's a very cool time to be once, right? This is an interesting shot, a close up on this sort of like jewelry box here, I guess, right? And then a Momo cake. What's a little cherub? Huh. It doesn't look edible. I don't know what that's made out of, but I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. But it doesn't look like you can eat it, right? It looks like it's wax or something. I don't think in the other two, no one had their name, right? Like Mina didn't have something that said Mina, right? And I don't remember seeing something that said Sana on it. But here's a little sort of like cake with Momo's name on it. Yeah, it's a smile. Good little smile. she's so cute, man. I mean, they're all cute, but Momo just has this thing about her. She's I don't know. You wanna like really look out for Momo. You know, you wanna look out for for her. You just want to make sure she's okay. You want to take care of Momo, right? Momo. So, what was it? It was cool girl, happy girl, right? And then Momo. I think that was their nicknames that they came up with for the new year. Very, very strong visual trailers, and interesting the way that they've organized it to have the continuity through the wardrobe, and then this variety according to the different settings that they're in. It makes sense. I mean, I get it visually. And then also the sort of accompanying like theme music that they have. Different styles, right, for each one. And then now, see the MiSaMo trailer where it's all three of them now. And there's a shift in the color scheme here, where their wardrobe has gone from the black dress to now it's white, right? And so like let's see how this unfolds, right? But I am noticing that with the settings spatially, this does sort of match what Mina had going on in her trailer. So let me see. Let's see what this has. This is a little bit longer. Oh, it's very cool. MiSaMo, Mina Sana Momo. Man, So yeah, completely different, right? They totally changed it up here once the three meet, right? And they're in this new setting together. And okay, so I guess okay, we got a road sign here, some road signs, right? So I guess this is supposed to be like the station or the. So there's a thing, there's an idea in, especially in movies, right, in films. Um, Whenever there's a like a train station or something like that, it's it's a visual metaphor, I guess you could say, for like moving between dimensions. A very obvious example is like in Harry Potter, platform 9 3/4. Uh, but it's this idea that it represents a traveling between dimensions. In other words, so it kind of looks like that's what they're going for. And then when Momo enters, there's a color contrast here. There's some sort of light, different color light from where Momo and Sana emerge from. And of course, they still look very, very gorgeous here. And then she looks to her right, and then Momo emerges from there, and then she looks to her left, and Sana emerges from the left side. Again, just space, right? Dimensions, right? Spatial planes, right? And see, high traffic area. Yeah, see, vehicles towed. And it has that, right? Ashfield Avenue, Flaxton Street. It has this bus stop, this station, this type of a setting here, where there are three worlds sort of intersect, right? The corner of space and time where they're coming together. And it's a nice shot of Momo, nice shot of Sana, and then Mina. Man, it's very cool. They're gorgeous and they look cool too. It's very cool. Again, she looks to the right and to the left, and this time there's eye contact between the two. It's sort of like, yeah, okay, we're gonna do this now, right? And so then they step off the platform, they leave the station, right? And now, so it was very the sort of the axis, right, going from left to right. Now there's an emphasis on the Z axis, right? This moving from the foreground into the background. In other words, this is all just visual stuff, but film production, I guess. And it's alternating between this sort of monochrome black and white, but very, very clean, right? It's a very clean sort of monochrome, and then having the color in. And the only difference that you can really tell, like, it's such a clean monochrome that it's really just the skin tone and hair color, right? Everything else almost looks the same. I mean, there's a little bit more color in the background, but it's mostly just the shadows, right? But so yeah, I think that's just the main idea. In other words, is that there is this concept of the movement between the dimensions. I guess of their three like worlds. It's very cool, man. It's very cool. Even the accompanying sort of theme music for this, It was very cool, man. It's very fun. And visuals, looking at the camera, those looks into the camera. My goodness. And remember that from the very beginning, right, when back in 2016, they really wanted to make the group together. They really wanted to debut together, and there was that moment. I have an idea for another video where it's just like my favorite 16 moments, right, that happened during the series 16. And of course, when I was watching 16, it's like I already knew what the group was, right? Like I already knew who the members were. But even so, when Momo got cut from the competition, I was just like it was. I was like so affected by it. I was like, I knew she's in there. I know she's gonna make it, but I was still just like gutted, like, oh my goodness, it hurts so much. I was like, wow, how does this happen? Why does it happen? But they wanted to debut together, right, in the group, and so it's really just had an impact, and so now it's very cool to see them all together, and they're gonna debut again together as this subunit, this group, right? And it's very cool. It's super interesting, and they're getting a lot of promotion time also. I think this, because it isn't until it's gonna be July. It's gonna be in July when I think probably something drops, right, from this group, which is an interesting time frame. It's very cool that they're getting this big promotion window, this big, like long sort of 6-month period of like, hey everybody, you're getting MiSaMo. I wonder what else, like by the time we get a song teaser, right, a song trailer, some kind of spoiler or something, because it's, you have to think in terms of like the business side. They obviously have like the album about to release, so that's done. That's, if there's any sort of production stuff still going on with that, it's probably just the mastering. But the songs have long since been recorded at this point, because it's gonna come out already, like what, in a couple of weeks, in a few weeks. It's not that long at all. And so so that album's done. They're in fact, they have to be done with mastering already, because they already have the copies out there, so it's already been pressed and all that, so that's done. Man, like, where are they with the MiSaMo stuff, right? How many songs do they have already? How many songs do they have? You know what I mean? Because they have to have studio time. They have to have time to go in and record, which comes after getting the music and seeing the music. Okay, let me go through this. Let me see what are these lines. What is it? You have to work all this stuff out. Then studio time to go in and get the recordings done, and then the mix gets worked out. You know what I mean? Adding all the other parts to it, to the songs. Then it goes into its mastering phase and all of that. And so, man, and I'm still just super curious as to what the sound's gonna be, man. What is it, that they're gonna do with this subunit group? Um, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's exciting though. It's an exciting time to be once. That's for sure, man. That's for sure. Um, this is it's very cool stuff. It's very cool stuff. Yeah, I'm just like, what in the world are they gonna do, man? What's it gonna sound? That's the biggest thing. Is just what's it gonna sound like, man? And can you imagine that first video, that first music video that we're gonna get, right? And then what about the tour? What if they go on a world tour? Maybe maybe starts at the end of summer, something like that. After the stuff already drops, could you imagine Twice goes on tour and in their set, right? You're gonna have MiSaMo come out and they're gonna do maybe a song, maybe two. I don't know. Maybe, you know what I mean? This is all the stuff that you get to think about now. This is all the stuff that you get to be excited for now. So it's very cool, man. It's very cool. These were awesome trailers. They look gorgeous, of course. I mean, but I don't know, man. Visual delights, man. Just that's all we have. That's all I have to go off of. I try to pay attention to what it is that they're showing. You know what I mean? It's, indications of things. How are they presenting this stuff? It's ideas that they're using as far as like the wardrobe stuff, the sort of continuity that they build around the wardrobe, and then we transition to this first through the different trailer settings and scenes, and then into this actual MiSaMo when they're all three together. That idea about the station and the sort of the traveling between dimensions and stuff like that. So it's very interesting, and they're putting a lot into this, like a lot of resources, and as they're short trailers for sure, but this stuff takes time. You know what I mean? Like of course we know the girls put in work. We know they can work, but at the end of the day, it still takes time to do all this stuff and to produce it. So they're putting a lot on the front end of this already. So it's probably gonna be like pretty massive stuff, man. But well, it's cool. It's cool. It's a great time to be once. This is fun, man. This is fun. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited for this. The hype is going to be through the roof by the time any of this stuff actually drops. So MiSaMo trailers, man. It's very cool stuff. It's very cool. Let's just stay tuned to find out what happens.